Hey guys, I'm Jesse Ferguson here, J-Kun here for APG Media, not Anime New Zealand, and we're having another Anicast here, episode 0.3. Today we're going to talk about Overload, we're going to talk about a name change, and why has it been so quiet recently? It has been quiet around here, so we're going to talk about that. And the Anicast starts right now. Hi, welcome. You're joining us here on Anicast, here on the lovely couch. Nothing too lovely about it. Again, Jesse Ferguson. You can follow me on Twitter if you want to at _Jesse Ferguson. I'll have the details on screen. But thanks for joining me today. This is a pre-recorded, not live, but we're gonna have a live streamed on YouTube, I think, or just upload it. If you have any questions, use the hashtag. I will respond to them as they come through. Hashtag #NZAnicast. You can also leave a comment below, and I'll be replying to them as well. So we aren't doing it live for a reason. It's just because where I'm staying, the sound's not that great at night. Someone comes home, and it is really annoying. But who cares? So we're just doing it now. But like we will be replying to any questions. Yeah, again, hashtag #Anicast. So the first topic we're going to cover today is Overload. Overload is coming up. It's September the 1st recording, so it should be up to the same day. But Overload's at the end of this month. We are so looking forward to going to Overload. Yep, we are covering it. 100% confirmed. Hashtag APG live coverage. We'll have a promo video and all that coming up very soon. But we are heading to Overload this year. Gonna be an interesting year. A new venue. They're gonna be at the Cloud instead of ASB Stadium. We're really liking the new location at the Cloud rather than ASB Stadium. There's nothing we could get from ASB Stadium from the city, but it's just makes much more sense being in the Cloud. So central, close to everything, especially people coming from out of town. I know the Naked bus stops outside of Britomart and in the city, stops at Sky Tower. The bus to ASB City was at Britomart, and then you head along, I think around Mission Bay, and then you get dropped off there. So I'm looking forward to the new location. We've also got a brand new camera as well. We just gotten that too. You will see it. We're recording from it now. The picture looks so much better. We've got a lot of things we're going to be trying. We're going to be discussing that too. We'll also talk about just some basics of Overload. Lastly, kind of art manga exhibition of local artists. The first time I went was last year. We've known about it since 2013, but we've never actually attended it since last year. And I had the most best time ever at Overload. I really enjoyed 2015. We had so much fun. I was the only one there. We usually have a team of 3, but it was just me that time. But I really enjoyed Overload last year. It was absolutely fun. The panels were interesting. There was an artist, I can't think of the top of the name. I'll just bring it up. Let me have a look. But yes, an artist had a live Q&A with a drawing. That was pretty awesome. We also had a cosplayer that attended. I remember her name. It was Eugene Fay. That's it, Eugene Fay. I didn't even find it on here. I just saw a photo and I remembered Eugene Fay. Oh, she was awesome. We're actually sitting in the front. Funny story. We're sitting in the front row recording the cosplay competition. Before it was MMNCC, and she was sitting in we're in the front row, and then there's no seat for Eugene Fay and one of her, I guess your friend sitting next to her, and she apologized to me there because we're filming the panel. We didn't actually have a tripod. I was doing it handheld. Apologized for being in the way, and I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. You can be in the way as much as you like. It's all right." Yeah, but I thought that was really cool. She had an interesting panel too, interesting Q&A panel. That was really fun. Surprised at the ghosts. If you were there, the ghosts were there, knocking down that tarp. But that was awesome. And also at the end, they had a surprise announcement that they were going to be looking at joining the World Cosplay Competition in Overload, which is now true. With now 2016, there's going to be a Madman National Cosplay Competition held at Overload, and that's going to be the first one in New Zealand, and the winners from that will go on to, I think, Supernova in Brisbane, some in Brisbane, I think, and then they're going to compete between Australia and New Zealand to find out who is heading over to the World Cosplay Competition over in Asia. So that's pretty cool. So unfortunately, if you are watching this, you've missed out. The entries closed yesterday, I think. They posted about an update on Overload's Facebook page around 11 o'clock saying you only have an hour to enter. So I think the time is up on that. Yes, we have a few guests coming on. Cosplayer Rika, hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, is heading over to Overload. That's going to be awesome. We have a few, another artist coming over, Yun Koga. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. I'm not that great with pronouncing Japanese names. And also we have another cosplayer guest coming over, AK Weru. Looks pretty cool. She's coming over too. I'm just having a quick look at the information. So that's gonna be interesting. Two cosplayers and a drawing artist coming over. It's always interesting to see any of the Q&As and also what stories they have to tell. It's always interesting. At the moment, we have contacted Overload, and we have YouTube ban. Have asked the Overload committee if we can film it, and we have gotten the approval to film what we've done last year, filmable panels that we've been told. We are looking to see if we can film more. We're going to give an email them and try and get more details about that. We're not too fussed if we can't, because it's the same as last year. We have to respect the guests' wishes if they don't want to be filmed or photo. But we are trying. We're talking to Overload, seeing if we can get any more privileges for filming event. We are okay. So we are going to be at the event. We're going to be filming, photography. We're trialing a few stuff here. Especially for Overload. One person commented on APG media page saying, "Where is the cosplay videos?" And we are looking to trial a cosplay compilation video, doing poses for video and posting them up on our YouTube page. We are going to trial that. We're going to see how it goes. We have a few other stuff we're going to try. I won't reveal a lot of it yet, because if it doesn't work, then it's we're not reliable for what we say. But we are going to be trying a cosplay compilation video. That's going to be really cool because it's got a new camera. It is actually a 4K. It's a Lumix G7 mirrorless camera we just purchased. Much better. We've been using kind of a bridge camera, a Sony RX300. It was the highest point and shoot bridge camera we had. I just spit. Point and shoot camera we had, and we've been using it for the past 3 years. That's been filming panels and photography. Some of our other editors have their own photo equipment, so I have 2 cameras now, so we should have about a same-ish photo look and video look now. It'll be good too. We'll have much more content on the floor, as well as discussions coming through. I don't know if you can hear that mower. Someone's mowing outside. Goddamn mowers. Well, I guess it's spring. First day of spring, really. 1st of September. But we're going to be trying along the stuff at Overload. We'll be trying a camera there too. So we are really looking forward to heading up to Overload. I'm really excited. I can't wait to go. I think it's 24th of September. I'll give you some details. You can go to overload.co.nz and then have all the general information, and you can get tickets now actually. Right now, if you're adults, it's $10, or if you're under 13, it's $5. I guess that's child, and if you're under 5, it's free, which is cool. 24th of September 2016. It opened from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's a Saturday at the Cloud. Obviously, I've said that. And it's gonna be very interesting. We're looking forward to it, and you can get all the information overload.co.nz. So we are looking forward to that, and we're gonna be live there. Hashtag APG Live. We have a brand new website which we'll go into too. apgmedia.co.nz. That's our brand new website. We'll be posting stories, exclusive video content, and photo content on our website, apgmedia.co.nz. You can also follow any stories, comment on them, or share them with your friends. It'll be pretty cool. And we're going to be trialing a lot of new features on the website at Overload as well, so that'll be pretty cool. You can access it now. If you go to our old website, animenz.co.nz, I think it's still on here, right here. It's still there. If you need to log into your account, if you have any like photos, because we had an old account service. It's a website, WEBS site. We purchased it back in 2010 when we started off as Naruto NZ. That's one of our other Facebook pages. We have literally abandoned it after the fillers they had. It was just ridiculous, and so we've been focusing more on Anime NZ and APG Media. And goddamn, that mower is getting louder and louder. Oh well, who cares? So yeah, we've been focusing on that APG Media, and we're focusing on this brand new website. It is really nice. Way better mobile optimization than the old site. A lot more customizable. A lot more content we can post. We can actually do reviews now, and a lot more individual stories that we can post on the site rather than just sharing on Facebook. Yeah, that was quite an interesting transition. We still have our old site up. You can still access it. You can still sign into your old account. Even most of the links still work. You can go to bit.ly/anime NZ live. No. ANZ live. Anime NZ live was a sponsorship, Crunchyroll. ANZ live, and that'll still take you to the Anime NZ website, but there's a little click button and you can take it to the new site. So if you want to go to the link, it's alright. Yeah, we've changed also our Facebook and Twitter. It's all at APGNZ now. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We can't change to YouTube. We've already locked in Anime New Zealand, so it's going to stay as Anime New Zealand, but we've changed the name of it. But yeah, it's just youtube.com/c/anime NZ New Zealand. Not NZ, New Zealand. And yeah, that's the it. That's the it for our new website. So check it out. Leave some comments if you got any thoughts on it. Leave a message on Facebook. Yeah, so moving on to our next topic. It has been a bit quiet. We haven't really discussed the name change in person. If you have any questions, please leave them YouTube comments or hashtag NZ Anicast, and I'll be happy to answer if we can. As again, I'm looking back for our post. It was a hard decision to do. It was quite a while ago. No, not that long, but I think it was June, yeah. For 14th, I can't believe it's already September. We did 14th of June. We announced that we are changing our name from New Zealand to APG Media. This decision wasn't easy. I still have reservations about our new name, but it's something we had to do. Only because it's a bit difficult to state. It was just because I think Anime New Zealand was a little bit too limiting in our name. It covers the mankia of anime, obviously, but it didn't really cover what we did like in live coverage. You know, I can't say, oh, Anime New Zealand, they did live coverage. Well, there's no link between the name, Anime New Zealand and live. We did the hashtag Anime Entered Live, but it's just we slapped the live on the end of Anime NZ. Didn't really make sense. So moving to this new name, it gave us a bit more flexibility of topics we could cover. So APG stands for anime, pop culture, and gaming. So at events, there's a lot of pop culture, a lot of gaming, and also anime, which we're still going to be covering, and probably more depth than the others. You know, coming from animes, and we're not going to be moving over to just gaming, just pop culture. We're mostly going to stick with the anime thing, but we'll have unique content that may be related, like pop culture, gaming. Gaming is another topic I think we're going to cover a bit more. We have been talking about doing reviews. We have the new site allows us to review product. We're still waiting. We're trying to figure out what we can do, because we're doing game reviews. Any kind of review, you gotta try and differentiate yourself from other reviewers. You could do exactly the same thing, give it 4 stars out of 5 and say this is good, and it might not be good. Or you could look at, it's kind of following the sheeple if you're doing reviews. So we're trying to figure out if we could do anything different in game reviews, or even just looking at games. But yeah, it is a hard decision going from what we like. I really liked Anime New Zealand. I really wish we could have kept it, but sadly, thinking about it, the change makes more sense to do now, before we start growing too much, and then it's harder to change it then. So, because we're sitting about 2,000 people like our page, 400 subscribers on YouTube, 50 followers on Twitter. Not that many, but if we continue to grow at this rate we're growing at, see, we're at 1,000 in 2015. If we're growing exponentially, having the name change now rather than later makes more sense. So then it's done, and it's not less explanation of what we mean and what we're trying to do. We did get a few questions. Kind of looks like a fuel logo of gas company. Jordan sent on Facebook, and yeah, I can see how that kind of resembles. Logos are really hard to come up with. Unique logos, not just copying from a brand. You gotta find a unique logo, and so we currently got this blue, green, yellow, and they're gonna be representative of what different categories: anime, blue, pop culture, green, and gaming in orange or yellow. Yeah, yellow. And blue ties back to Anime New Zealand, because we were predominantly using blue when we had the Anime NZ logo, so it kind of ties back to that as well. Have a look. Mascot, Ryoko. You can see here. We say he's retired. I actually got him done from a DeviantArt. DeviantArt user. I'm trying to find it. Actually, it was a while ago since we got that art commissioned. I got it done in 2012, and there was four this Anime New Zealand. We didn't really have a logo back then, but looking now, a mascot is really cool. I think we will be keeping a mascot around for our next iteration, APG. So just going to be figuring out who it is, designing a person that kind of fits in that scheme. I would love to have a mascot, actually. We had a few other questions too. People asking if they can help in events, and we are at the moment we're thinking of bringing more people on board. There are currently 3 other people, including me, on board at the moment. But we're tentatively cautious of bringing more people on board, because we don't want to stand too quickly, because if we go too quick and then you got more people to worry about, and then people might do their own thing, or they might lose interest, and then they're gone and never come back. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to avoid. I'm gonna try to keep the interest high, make sure, because we're not currently a profitable company. Profitable. YouTube revenue is pretty minimal. Can't go into that much. So we're currently doing this mostly out of pocket. I'm not actually paid to go to events. I just do it for fun, and I really do enjoy going to events and seeing everything. But yeah, we're tentatively looking for people to come on board. We're not going to be like hiring as well. It's going to be, we're going to look for people around, and if they want to come on board, we'll be happy to bring them on. But we're not officially saying that we are hiring. You think you're going to earn income from this? Well, maybe not. But people that are interested in covering anime or pop culture or gaming, and like to do it as a hobby or something like that, I'd love to bring people like that on board. Maybe in 5 years we could be a company, maybe. But yeah, APG has been quite an interesting. APG, Anime New Zealand, and Naruto and Z has been quite an interesting phase in my life. Doing this kind of live coverage thing it's interesting. I never thought I'd be doing this more as a kind of role rather than, going to events and then take a few photos here and there. And it's surprising, especially with our content. You see a lot of people at events with videos, cameras, cell phones, and they're taking photos and taking video of events, but you never see it online. You never see it. Well, you might see it on your friend's Facebook page, or you rarely see it in a public domain like ours. Like only for like specialized photographers, like actual photographers that actually go to events, or even just event photographers that are not actually there for let's say not in the. It's hard to say. Not like not in their domain, but it's a good learning experience per se. And some people, and then you got your hobbyist photographers that sometimes post on Facebook, and then the official event photographers. And videographer. There's a few more photographers than videographers I see. I'm very keen on monitoring the YouTube space, seeing if anybody's posted content, because I love seeing other people's video content, but it seems like there isn't much around. There's a few vlog style videos of people showing off how they're getting there and at the event and in personal opinion, but there isn't one of objective like our kind of videos, like covering it as a event in a more objective way, looking around and not putting personal thought into it like we do. And I see it that overseas they do it, even Australia, it's kind of interesting. They have more content that it's more specialized, but not like the States. There seems to be more videos in the States about on the floor videos, or specialized content, interviews on the floor, and that's what we're trying to aim for, is to give more more closeness of people connecting on the floor, so you can see what's on the floor, and it feels like you're there talking to people on the floor. Yeah, but it seems like I don't see a lot of video content. It seems like it's grown in the last couple of years. Like there are a few YouTube channels that post up, and YouTube channels that post up at only one event. Christchurch is a popular one. We haven't been to Christchurch. We'd love to go to Christchurch, but we haven't been there, but there are YouTubers there that do Christchurch, even Dunedin. There are some that do just Dunedin. I haven't seen one for Wellington, full scale Wellington one, like us, or when it was in Hamilton, and Auckland was interesting. There have been a few YouTubers that used to do kind of like what we do, filming panels and on the floor back in 2010, 2011, 2012. And then as we entered in like 2013, it kind of dropped off like panel filming. But we didn't film panels in 2013. I actually wasn't aware of any panels. I just went on the floor all day and filmed. I didn't even know about panels on the main stage, and I regret it. Now knowing what I know, I wish I was there. But looking back, 2013, that was our first year at Armageddon. We were in Hamilton, but we didn't cover it in a video. We just took a few photos, and it wasn't really... And we didn't even know about this panel again, Hamilton, and again, Auckland. It was only in 2014 when we went in Hamilton, I kind of learned about the main stage, and then we started filming stuff there, and that's where it took off, in Hamilton, 2014. And then next off, we went to Auckland, 2014, then Hamilton, back to Hamilton in 2015, Otakon, which is now known as APG in 2015. Then the first time we went to Wellington, that was awesome, 2015. First Overload, 2015. And then Armageddon Auckland again at 20th anniversary, that was 2015. Then first and only Monaco, excuse me, I'm burping, 2016. Then APG, then Wellington, and we're now coming up to Overload. So we've been about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 or 11 conventions so far. I think 10 or 11 conventions so far. And it's been really interesting. We've evolved quite a lot over the last couple of years. Thinking of videos like in 2013, we're just on the floor, 2 on the floor, 1 for Saturday, 1 for Sunday. Nothing different, nothing really substantially different about them. Different like places on the floor, but mostly kind of the same-ish content. Then 2014 we started posting videos of like panels. You know, we did and cosplay events, and that was the first one in Hamilton. Then Auckland, we're only in 2014 Auckland. We were only there Saturday, Sunday. One of our reporters, Kurai Okamai, was there on Monday, and she filmed a video separate from our channel. It was back in the day before we had a more condensed video channel. And then after that, we've been at events mostly all days now, covering a lot of things, mostly around main stages. That's where we mostly stay around. But if there is something... Back in the Anime NZ days, if there was more of an animation panel in another room, we tended to go to that rather than stay at the main stage, because it was related to, well, Anime New Zealand, and I think more people would watch that rather than another panel, even though if the panel was more popular. I was thinking of 2015 at Wellington. I'm just having a look now. So I made a mistake on Instagram in posting a name on a panel, and it was incorrect, so I'm just gonna load it up now. But like, I think I'm gonna say Karen Gillan. I'm going to say it. I'm not too sure. Yes, it was Karen Gillan. I said something else. Karen Gillan went to Armageddon Expo in 2015. That was a packed panel. If I could actually show you a photo, let me just load it up. I don't know if you can see this. And here it is. That was a packed panel, literally packed, and we only had a smaller tripod back then. We have a professional one now. As you see in Wellington, you're on top of heads now. There's no heads in the way. Thank goodness. This has been so much better to have this actual video tripod rather than a photo tripod. smooth head, and you'll notice that the motions are nice and smooth, not jaggedy. But back then, if we were to film that panel, it would have been impossible. The back row is completely full of people. We wouldn't have been able to squeeze in. That was the main cause of one of the congestions during the Wellington. A lot of people fell back. There's like the seating area, main stage, and then you had the walkway, and people were filling up the walkway, and people were trying to get past, couldn't get past. But looking back at it, it's interesting to see what you can take back from watch at older events and see what you can come up with new events. But yes, and we do apologize for getting the name wrong. I think we said something else. I think we said another name. I don't remember what it was. I think it was because she went. There was another person that went to Armageddon Expo Auckland in 2014, and what was the main guest? One of the Doctor Who assistants. I'm forgotten her name. I think it was. Oh, God, I don't remember, but we made a mistake, so sorry about that. It was a big panel. I think I just got confused because both of them were quite busy panels, and it was really interesting to see both of them at the events. What else do we have to talk about today? I'm just thinking. There isn't too much to talk about. We are going to have another podcast in hopefully 2 to 3 weeks. Probably for Overload. We'll have another one discussing what's happening with Overload and more detail of what we're doing there. I'm just thinking, is there anything else? Well, let's move on to a movie. I just watched Kubo and Two Strings yesterday. I went to the movies. You ought to see it. I posted on the anime on an APG media APG media page saying I couldn't recommend it enough. Go and see it. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. It is. Even if you don't like the story or like the plot, the animation. It's not really animation. It's actually stop motion of characters, and you look behind the scenes. It's amazing. Story was good. Was really good. I quite enjoyed the story. Speaking of which, I was actually at the theater in Hamilton. I was at Tiawa, and I was hoping to have the theater by myself. There was only. I was sitting in the second row to the back, but then a family came in. I was hoping to have the theater by myself. That would have been awesome. But it was a really good movie. I do recommend you go and see it if you haven't seen it. It was a really good film. I love the art style. Voice acting was pretty cool. Yeah, it was just a really good movie all around. So I do recommend you go and see it. It was awesome. What else? What else do we have to go? There isn't much to talk about at the moment, but we are going. I might finish up. Oh, actually, I do have one more thing. The Madman Anime Festival is on this weekend over in Australia. I think it's at Melbourne. Yes, it is. 3rd or 4th of September, the Anime Festival 2016 is over in Melbourne. Probably not relevant to any of us, even me. Oh, like, it's an anime festival. It's going to be cool. They had a really interesting post here. I'm looking at... I'm going to look it up now. They had a list of the VIP perks they had. And it looked really, really cool. So I'm going to bring it up here. It looks cool. There's going to be lots of more anime related festival. You have the voice of Saitama, Makoto Furukama from Japan. He's coming over. The voice actor for Saitama and One Punch Man. Shingo Natsumi, the director of One Punch Man. Tokyo Ghoul Exposition. Let's look at the website right now. The Anime Spotlight on the Sword Art Online. Live drawing. Panels. Mini gallery. The director of Sword Art Online, Tomohiko Ito from Japan's heading over to Australia, and the character designer Shingo Adachi from Japan's heading over. God, there is a list here. I'm just reading up here. Asushi Kaneko from A1 Pictures from Japan, Bushy Road, Sora Toei from KibaCon. You went to KibaCon, is heading over there too. A lot of special guests as well. More voice actors. Christina V, she was here last year, and I'm again 2015. What else? There's so much more. They've got a lot of premieres, a few more voice actors, cosplay stars heading over. It's going to be a pretty full-on event. But I'm more curious if you have a look at tickets. There's interesting VIP experience they have, and that is really cool. I thought that was they have a really interesting VIP, like what you get for a VIP ticket. I'm just gonna load it up here. Here we go. So if you get a MadFest VIP experience, which is I think it's $290 Australian, you get a weekend pass, premium sitting in the Anime Lab area, obviously Madman Anime Lab. You get an exclusive access to this is interesting, exclusive access to the Canon VIP lounge, and you get a free memory card you can take home, photo tips from Canon experts. You get a loaners of sweet. I'm reading off here. I'm not saying I don't even know what it is. It says sweet Canon camera gear and lenses, and a free A3 image of your color choice printed. That's pretty awesome. God, if they had something like, then more flexibility, more consumers over Australia and New Zealand. But if they had something like that, I'd be really interested in getting a VIP pass. Priority queues, special guest autographs, free entry to the official after party at Bang, obviously. This is an interesting one. Entry to the exhibition hall at 9:30 a.m., half an hour before the general public. That's quite interesting too. I don't know the VIP pass for again. I think the silver pass. I don't know if you get that early access on the floor. It's interesting. I don't think it would make a difference because a lot of it we've seen that set up, and then nobody's set up until 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock when the doors open, 10 o'clock when the doors open. Nobody's ready until 10 o'clock, so it wouldn't make any difference. And a goodie bag, and ability to collect autograph tokens for 3 different guests. So I thought that was quite interesting. The Canon VIP lounge, the one you can loan a camera and you get a free memory card. That's pretty cool. You'd be able to share your photos, and I mean really good photos. I'm guessing from a Canon and guessing DSLRs, but that'd be really cool. Really cool. So you're gonna get a lot of sharing at the event, and don't know if we could, if Armageddon could do anything like that. More consumers, more needs, so they can do it. But it's really interesting to see what, some of the VIP experiences. And this is the first anime festival, Madman Anime Festival for 2016, and so that's kind of interesting. Are you all heading over? Leave a comment. Leave a comment and tell me. It'd be really interesting to get your thoughts on it. Yeah, we're not going to do much of talk about it much really. We're just talking about it now, but like on the pages or anything like that, because it's not New Zealand, obviously. So, and we're not heading over because it's over in Australia. It's so expensive. Well, it's not expensive to head over there, but it's just thinking of all the equipment we had to bring over. It's going to be quite expensive to do. Okay, I think that was it. I wanted to talk a little briefly about the Madman Anime Festival coming up. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been slipping on the couch, getting relaxed, comfortable. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter at APG and Z on both platforms. You subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Thank you for watching. Thanks for taking time out to actually watch this. It could be boring. Make sure if you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, well, you know what to do. Dislike, I guess. But thanks for watching again. And I hope to see you in about 2 weeks' time. But if you don't, we'll be at Overload 2016 #APG Live. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.